Hoping none of them are that bad. I don't even know what the title is. Let's see.
In a quest to find more cocks to suck.
What the fuck? Alright, these are pretty fucking bad. So yesterday, Hamza joined my Twitch live and I didn't believe anyone. So that's a bunch of those clips. Can you answer my question for A-Push homework? Sure, what is it? I'll give it my best shot. Aren't you leftist chump? No, motherfucker, I'm not leftist chump. The fuck? Damn. No, I'm not leftist chump. Explain the war on drugs. Is that your A-Push question? My answer might get you sent to the principal's office. But if you're willing to take it, they look alike, I swear. We're literally both just white. Do you know Waylon? No, never heard of him. Why did well-established parties fragment and disappear in the 1850s compared to the 1820s? Shit, dude, I actually don't. I'm clueless on that one. Sorry, dude. Dudette, I suppose. Don't want to misgender anyone. Alright, I'm going on Omegle. What's up?
What's up?
Oh, shit. I was just scared he was going to say something. Uh-oh. What's up?
What's up, bro?
He had like the green headphones, the green gamer headphones. Definitely fucking racist. Yo, what's up? Great conversation.
Okay.
Well, I am.
What up, dude?
You look okay, not in like a weird, like just your face. You look like this girl who goes to my school named Taylor.
Is she pretty?
It's debatable.
Wow. Great conversation starter. Oh, he skipped me. You like Trump?
I do. You don't, though.
Why do you say that?
I can just tell. It's easy to tell people.
Is it?
It is.
What do you think? What do you think my political beliefs are?
So.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh no, let me get on it. There we go. Like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to answer that?
Yeah.
Fuck Joe Biden.
Because change needs to be made.
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
Hey.
Dude. Alright, I'm actually clueless. Why do people keep doing that?
It's just like it's a greeting.
They
It's
do
a
this
meme.
hand-
It's
why
a
do they do
meme
this
off of
hand shit?
TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, you have a good day. What's up?
Do you like AOC?
I suppose I prefer her to other politicians. I'm not a fan of politicians, though.
Isn't she kind of dumb? She was like, you are not a criminal if you're here illegally.
Well, that's true.
Well, like, kind of. Like, my family, like, I'm from Chile, so I'm a second-gen immigrant. But, like, she also was, like, trying to debate with, like, I agree with the billionaire's tax, but, like, she didn't really, like, think it logically. Like, the people go to other states where the tax is not that high. and they stay there for like 6 months and 1 day, and then they go back.
It's not even a misdemeanor, actually. It's a civil union violation.
Well, she was like, you are not a criminal if you are here illegally.
Well, that's true.
It's true, yeah, but like she was trying to like, I don't know, and I agree with it.
Alright. Too many motherfucking devices connected to the Wi-Fi. I'm 18. I gotta pay my bills, right? So I'm doing the broke shit. I'm getting the lower Wi-Fi because I live fucking alone, right? So it's fine. I could get the janky Wi-Fi and I do fine. But now someone else using my Wi-Fi. So I'll be right back. Give me a second. Let me try something. What the fuck is going on, bro? This is not gonna work. Pretend he's muting. This is why I didn't believe y'all when y'all said Hamza joined my stream, despite the fact that he was in my stream, because of this type of shit. So y'all don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me when I don't believe you, and don't apologize. Dude, what the fuck is going on? Alright. Let's see. Back to it.
Hello.
Hello. You like Trump or Biden?
No. I don't like either of them, but more of a settler for Biden.
You have a
You like Trump, Biden, Trump 2020, Biden 2020.
Yeah, I actually don't like either of them, but I settled.
Yeah, no. Kanye, free Yeezys.
Nah, I'm not a fan of Kanye either.
Don't tell me.
Like, ideologies exist outside of political parties, right?
I can't hear you.
I said, you know that ideologies exist outside of political parties, right?
I don't even know. I'm just messing around. Like, I know nothing about this stuff.
Yeah.
I just troll people.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too.
Hi.
What's up?
I like your hair.
Thank you.
Is that a jug of milk?
Water.
Oh.
You guys support BLM, I see.
What?
Is that true, or is that like you guys are just trying to talk to people who support BLM and like debate them or whatever?
No, it's true.
Alright.
Do you?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, thank God. We were nervous.
Yeah, you have a good one.
You too.
1 second.
Hey,
What's up?
what's the microphone for?
You pimp like that.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, nothing. Nothing's up.
Y'all like Trump? Y'all like Trump?
No.
Alright, y'all have a good one. Liberals. Bean.
Hey, what are you doing on here?
I'm trying to find Trumpies and shit. I didn't like the people in your comment section. That's for sure. Today.
I just scrolled through like 50 people and I didn't talk to a single one because I just didn't feel like it.
I can't find anyone who disagrees with me.
What?
I said I really can't find anyone who disagrees with me.
I think I saw a lot of Trump supporters on here. So
You know, I haven't come across them.
come across someone.
Not coming across them. Sadly.
Where I came on here to try to change my camera because I have this DSLR right here, and I use it when I'm doing like Zoom calls. Yeah, I use it when I'm doing like Zoom calls and stuff, and it's really nice to use. But for some reason I can't get it to work with Omegle.
Capitalism is a Marxian concept.
What?
Can you inform your followers that capitalism is a Marxian concept? That Marx developed the idea of capitalism and that Hayek and Rothbard and Mises simply tried to appropriate it to fit the definition of separation of economy and state. But the reality is that capitalism derives from capital in the publication of 1867. And it's a purely Marxian concept. And my definition of capitalism is correct and not the people in your comments.
Well, you're conflating a lot of things. Like, first of all, you're conflating said that that's what people like Cudby would say, or like Mr. Abyss. They're all objectivist. I would never refer to it as that. I would just use the actual like academic and common economist definitions, which is a free market or a free competition.
Well, I think that the economists, like economic consensus upon the concept of capitalism also revolves simply around the private ownership of the means of production.
Well, that's the capitalist different things. Because you can have a capitalist mode.
Well, capitalism is a political economy.
All like worker-owned businesses, and then have one capitalist mode of production business, and you can't just say, "Oh, well, that's capitalism now."
So it would definitionally be capitalism. Capitalism is simply anything that revolves around the commodity.
You're not even using the mode of production. You're just using anything with capital.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, capital, that's where the concept comes from, the book itself. But nonetheless, it's not separation of state and economy like people in your comments are trying to get at.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say separation of state and economy, because I think that's in the economy to a certain extent, even if you don't have like the standard market regulations that most people think of. They're still like in there with contracts and stuff like that. That's still some sort of involvement in the economy. And even then, you know, a lot of libertarians are still for like this, some like even environmental regulations to a certain extent, as long protecting rights. So, using the whole separation of state and economy thing is kind of ridiculous. Go off of like the actual mainstream definitions.
Yeah, I just think that any definition outside of the Marxian one is incorrect. I just think it's silly to me to appropriate a term that was hyper-specifically developed for a critique and then try to run with it and make it seem like it is something worthwhile.
That way they understand what you're saying when you say capitalism. Most people don't use it as just capital existing. They use it as either free market system or close to it.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like trying to use that definition that's just too far away from what most people are used to. Like the definition I use is far away enough because most people don't realize that it's a free market. They say, oh, the U.S. is super capitalist and stuff like that.
I would agree.
Not by a free market definition, it really isn't that much.
I don't think there's a part of the world where capitalism isn't lingering. I mean, I think you implicitly recognize it yourself because, you make all the time, you make those arguments where it's like capitalism lifted X amount of people out of poverty, right? You've made those arguments before.
Well, I usually don't say capitalism. I usually say like more economic freedom. I don't say like a whole capitalist economy.
Do you think China is economically free?
Huh?
I mean, do you agree that China has a capitalist mode of production?
They have some capitalist mode of production.
Yeah.
It's not like that's not the main thing. They have state-owned businesses a lot. Most of the larger businesses or corporations are state-owned.
Which I still think is...
Call it a corporation if it's state-owned.
I still think that's capitalist. The commodities pursue. They're still a bourgeois class.
Yeah, I actually use the term economic freedom a lot now because, that's more of a... People understand that more, so they're not, like, conflating it with something else. But, yeah, in China, they started leaning more towards private property rights, and they're still going in that direction, which is kind of funny because there's a lot of, like, the tanky leftist who loves Xi, and he's just, like, getting more and more sympathetic to private property rights. It's
Yep.
like, he's going to be really
With
far away
the
from you.
constitutional amendment in 2007 that allowed for private ownership of land.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I live across the street from a fire department, so that's really annoying.
Yeah, I said China added an amendment to their not constitution, but I suppose their working document in 2007 that allowed for private ownership of land in certain instances.
Yeah, right. And over time, it's gotten a little more lenient. And then I think for their whole plan with, 2050? Their whole plan for doubling the size of their economy largely has to do with more economic freedom.
Yeah, that's why they're expanding into the global south. Going on their way to exploit them as well. As per usual.
Totally. Ugh.
All right, well, you have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, y'all in chat, just ignore Burlington. I blocked them. It's not worth the trouble. They'll just make a new account. I've blocked them over 50 times.
The premium.
I think they're trying to get me to end myself, like deadass. Said some ominous shit about like, in 1 year you'll be gone and I'll still be here. Like when I was like, stop spamming me. Like I think they're just trying to annoy me to a point where I just end myself. So I'm just like, not gonna entertain them.
Hi.
What's up?
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Biden.
Oh, good.
All right, you have a good one.
Accent. And every time
Hello.
I literally seen you on YouTube. Oh, not YouTube, TikTok.
No, I'm not on TikTok.
Yes, you literally are. I see Ilia's rage on my For You page all the time.
Never mind. Then you do know.
Exactly. This is. Am I on the stream?
Yeah, I am streaming.
Anyway, have a good day.
You too. What the fuck? This cat was being weird. Hello? Hello? What's up?
What's up?
You like Biden?
Yes,
Why?
because he's better than Trump.
Alright, I guess that's good enough reason. You have a good one.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you support Biden?
Yeah.
That's tough. Like,
Yep.
actually support or just prefer him?
Both.
Oh, that's actually tough. What do you like about Biden? I never said that you like. All right, now you're just trying to gaslight me, which is fine. But Burlington, you're just a bad person, like dead ass. Like you're not. I'm not gonna let you play these mind games with me, and you're not gonna be. You're not gonna be successful with your mission. So
Give me a good one.
what's up?
Hi. You're cute.
Thank you. You support BLM?
Yeah.
So do I. What do you think about Biden?
When I think about Biden, I think he's cute too.
That's kind of gross.
I like your hair. It's really pretty.
Thank you. I'm not a fan of Biden.
Huh?
I said I'm not a fan of Biden.
You're not a fan of Biden? Why not? Did you just dead ass drink water out of a wine glass?
Yes.
Hey.
What's up? Epic. What's up?
Huh?
Hello.
Hello. Support BLM?
Sure. What about yourself?
Not really. Well, I don't support the organization, but the phrase, yes.
What's your contentions with the organization?
I think it's unnecessary and violent.
I mean, the organization seems to be quite nonviolent in its nature. But what's wrong with violence?
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with violence, but if it's something I disagree with, then yeah, I think it's wrong.
What do you disagree with about the intent of Black Lives Matter?
Well, I think Black Lives Matter is purely for votes. I mean, trends prove this, and even their donations prove this. When you go onto the main website...
The Democratic Party thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's in the better interest of the black community to have the Democrats. Huh?
Even though the Democrats had a history of racism, and why do you think they're good?
I mean, that doesn't make any prescription on the concurrent policies of the Democratic Party. I'm no fan of the Democratic Party whatsoever. I think they're too much of corporate shills. But to insinuate that they're more racist than the Republican Party by any metric is quite laughable, especially considering like the Republican Party on a national scale, for example, North Carolina, literally just asks for databases of what black people, what IDs black people have the less, and then make those requirements for voting. I feel like if Republicans were the champions of the black community, they wouldn't be trying to maneuver around their voting rights in that manner. But is that an American flag behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you support America?
Yeah, I kind of like my country.
I mean, what was the foundational reason for the country?
The foundational reason?
Yeah, like why did the whole Revolutionary War start?
What?
Why did the whole Revolutionary War start again?
Britain was imposing too much taxes because of the French and Indian War. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So, the French and Indian War, right?
Yeah.
Britain goes to war on behalf of the colonists.
Mm-hmm.
After Britain wins, it goes crazy into war debt.
Mm-hmm.
The average tax mainland Britain is 25 shillings annually. In the colonies, it's 1. They need to pay off this war debt somehow. They raise taxes on the colonists, and they also tell the colonists to not move past the Appalachian Mountains so that another war doesn't start with Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And these colonists start a revolution for it. Right? Do you think that's necessary violence?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think violence is necessary, but when I disagree with it, no.
So violence is necessary over a tax increase, but not over systemic disproportionate treatment of a skin color?
What systemic racism is going on?
Like longer disproportionate sentencing is one. Subverting of socioeconomic status that has never been remedied.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if a country doesn't give me the same rights, that is more of a necessity for violence than simply a tax increase that comes as a result of my own doing. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you support Black Lives Matter then. You have a good day.
Well,
He was like half paying attention. This is what I'm not going to let slide. I'm not going to... Real quick. All right, this is what I'm not going to let slide. It's Appalachian. It is pronounced Appalachian. We can go over the etymology. Let's see. Appalachian pronunciation, I typed into Google.
Appalachian.
Now, ignoring basic grammar, I mean, Appalachian is actually ungrammatical. Like, it just goes against grammar. It sounds better. It's just wrong. Me calling a dumbass. What's up?
No fucking way.
What, do you know me or something?
Wait, bro, wait. No, are you streaming right now?
Yeah, I am.
Holy fuck, dude, I love your videos.
Dude, you look racist as shit.
Dude, I know, I look so racist right now. That's my fucking, bro, I'm on here, dude.
Dude, I don't know, like the LED lights and the Bass Pro hat, I almost skipped you. I literally thought...
Oh, I know, bro, trust. I'm trying to look as racist as possible, bro.
Why? To like bait Trump supporters or something?
Reel in the other Trumpies, bro. Like a fish hook like this.
That makes sense. I should probably try that too.
Dude, wait, hold on. Can I just take a picture really quick? Dude?
Yeah, sure.
That's crazy, bro. Holy fuck, bro. I love your videos, dude. Yo, have a good day, bro. Keep fucking shitting on the retards, bro.
Oh, alright. You have a good one.
Thank you.
Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to end it on that note? See, this is the problem, bro. This is literally the problem. Like, slurs are so normalized. Like, across the spectrum. Like, that's so tough. Like, he's so close. He has the right spirit. That's so tough. Fuck. Yo, hello.
Yo.
What's up? Okay.
Get back here.
LARPer Nazis. Leftist jump tees.
Hey, do you like small penis?
That's definitely gonna get my live, man.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, you seem like...
Yeah, definitely.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
This chair about squeaky as shit. What time is it? 8:38. Hello. What's with the wine glass? I was in the Christmas spirit, being festive, reading Theory on Life with my communist Santa elf suit on. And I had blueberry and pomegranate juice that looked like wine, so I figured why not be a little bit pretentious and drink out of a wine glass. And it was still left here, and I got the motherfucking gallon on deck. But people were like, the jug keeps sending me. Oh my god, it's so funny. The jug keeps sending me every time I fucking take a swig. Now I'm drinking out the wine glass. But I guess motherfuckers are capping on me for using utensils now. Like, come on, bruh. I can't even fucking drink out of a glass. The jug, okay. A jug is a bit janky. Glass? Whatever.
Charge the people $1.50 just to see you.
Dum 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 dum.
Yo.
What's up? Nope.
Hey, good.
Why don't you just say it? Why do you state quote unquote, even though that's oxymoronic?
Then you could understand that it does not work.
Why?
Because it cannot work, dude.
Do you think capitalism is by any metric working?
Well, it's the best thing we've got. Can you name another thing that could work?
I mean, why can't communism work? Is it like against human nature or something like that?
It kind of is.
What is human nature?
How are we going to have a moneyless society from using money for hundreds of years? You can't just stop. All of a sudden decide, I don't like this coin I have here, and then just throw it away. You can't do that.
I mean, why do we need money?
What do you mean we need money? To pay? So you can actually make a living, be able to
Why do we need to pay for things?
Huh?
Why do we need to pay for things?
Because that's been the system for years.
Human nature is just a reflection of material being. The only
What do you
thing.
suggest we do?
What do I suggest we do? Abolish the commodity form.
So how are we gonna?
When I was
They get paid because they live like animals.
Do you think that we live any better than Native American tribes?
Well, no, not really, but at least like we're more advanced, and we don't die the second we get a cut on our leg.
What is your metric for advanced?
We have advanced medicine. About to.
And then when you get into the workforce, what
Well, I've actually been in the work.
okay. What percentage of your life do you think will be devoted to a capitalist?
Well, most of it. Why?
So, are you really?
Really happy in my life right now. I think.
You don't think that there's other things that you could be doing other than working that would be more fulfilling? Do you think that it is intrinsic to us to just work for a capitalist, despite the fact that that's only been the status quo for a few hundred years?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to be a lazy fuck. I want to work.
You could still work perfectly fine. So,
you know, corruption's always going to be a thing.
You think corruption was?
In a communist society.
You think corruption was rampant? Why do we need people to govern other people?
Then why are you suggesting a tribe leader?
And it's not like, wait, I don't think like you're very well acquainted with Native American tribes. It wasn't like this person is absolved of all wrongdoing. Like he's in charge of everyone and in charge of all that happens. Like that's not
You
at all.
gotta live in a time where you got bitten by a rat and immediately died like 5 days later.
Yeah, that totally happened in Native American tribes.
Then why would you want that?
I was being sarcastic. No one dies to a rat 5 days later.
Oh, Europe begs to differ. No, because it's not.
Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
It's just a name.
Okay, so why does it matter that they're self-described socialists?
Because they started out as socialists.
No, they
guess
didn't.
what happened over time?
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Nope.
What about the USSR?
USSR, was there any sort of abolition of the commodity form or like any sort of eradication of class? Like there was supposed to be a dictatorship of the proletariat that eventually segued into a stateless and classless society. Maybe it would have worked.
How would bear that?
Huh?
You choose what system you want.
Discrimination against Jews.
Economic system.
So all value is generated from labor. All a capitalist does is take a portion of labor that he didn't earn and steal it to amass his own wealth. So in a capitalist system, an economy revolves around commodity production.
Give me I don't want to be rude or anything. I don't want to be rude at all. Give me a brief summary of what your perfect world would be like.
Yeah, so I am a Christian, so I would love to live the way the apostles lived. The Bible is very...
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
I said I'm a Christian, so I would love to live the way the apostles lived. The Bible is one of the most anti-capitalist things in its application. Matthew 19:24. It is harder for a rich man to enter the gates of heaven. It is harder for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the gates of heaven. In James, the excerpt about showing no partiality literally refers to the rich as oppressors. So for those reasons, it's just self-evident that I should be opposing capitalism with every fiber of my being.
Okay, but...
Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Oh shit, you should read the Bible.
I have it right here. I read it every night.
Can you open up Matthew 19:24 for me?
Yep. We're gonna put it on. Give me a minute. Oh shit, I left it in the car when I drove to church.
Alright, just take a mental reminder of also in certain money is just a reflection. Money is just a reflection of capitalist means of production.
Money, that was a different time. It's different now.
Why?
That's all I have. What do you mean how? Because times are advanced.
No, I mean like why?
How would you apply that system from biblical times to today's times?
I think that there have been times more recently where people have lived in communes, like revolutionary Catalonia, for example, was within itself a communal system of governance. There wasn't really a state that anyone was subjected to.
Take your ideals, but apply them today, this Monday, November the 30th.
So wait, Real quick, why do you think it's disanalogous? What obstacles do you think are preventing someone from achieving like a communal system of governance?
I see international trade is one of them.
Did international trade happen in 1936?
Yes, it did.
Okay. All right, let's have another one. Another example of what's stopping.
Another example of what's stopping?
Yeah.
Not everyone agrees with this system you're talking about.
Do you think not everyone agreed with everyone in 1936?
Like I said, that's the genocide. That's way
No. I'm not even talking about Nazi Germany. I'm literally talking about a time in really recently where there was communism.
Under Stalin? You really want to get into Stalin?
I'm referencing revolutionary Catalonia.
Catalonia.
It was an anarcho. Oh, they live splendid.
Splendid.
Yeah, until the likes of Hitler caused for a popularization of fascism.
Where's Catalonia in?
It's in the southeastern province of Spain. So what happened was fascism became really, really popular because, people believed that the Jews controlled everything. Franco assimilated to power through a revolution.
That's just Spain being Spain.
Yeah, so, I mean, the only problem, really, thus far, the only thing stopping communists is fascists. Which I have no problem with killing every single one of them.
Fascism. Fascism hasn't been a thing since the 40s.
Yeah, I'm saying like the one time. Well, nowadays fascism is very rampant in Europe, not as like not as something that manifests itself in gubernatorial power, but it is very prominent ideologically and within the confines of the United States. You have like political parties like the ADL, the EDL in Britain, my bad, and the ADF in Germany rising to power. So fascism is definitely on the rise again in Europe. Every time communism seems to be on the prospect of reaching its goal, and sometimes even does reach its goal, like in the case of revolutionary Catalonia, it results in some sort of...
And how do we know that fascism is such a bad system?
What do you mean?
I mean...
It is innately unethical.
Unethical?
Yeah.
You know how people lived in Italy in fascist times? They lived really well.
Depends on who you were.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but take the whole race thing out of it, it worked really well.
I mean, I'm that's not something that I'm comfortable with taking out.
I'm not defending it. Like, I don't think that. Most of the workers, like, he got treated off really well. Especially
Italians were not content with Mussolini by any metric. That's why they pulled him down the street and hung him.
They were.
No.
Only after they entered, only when they entered the war, they were against him. Before they were.
Wait. Oh yeah, that's because before then he was just a pure rhetorician, right? He was just instilling nationalistic values in Europe when that seemed to be going against the status quo, because people identified with their nation a lot. When Mussolini was actually afforded any sort of power, people automatically grew to be discontent to a point where, in just a brief amount of years, they ended up pulling him down the street and hanging him.
Because they were in a war.
Yeah, who started the war?
I mean, Hitler started the war.
Who got Italians into the war?
Huh?
Who got Italians into the war?
Well, technically...
Mussolini, right?
I'll say Hitler, but right.
I mean, Hitler was no chancellor of Italy, so it wasn't Hitler the one getting Italians.
Before the war years, fascism as a system itself really helped out the Italian people, especially when they were about to enter anarchy after World War I.
I'm just trying to look at Mussolini's approval rate. It lingered about 11%. He only got 25%. But being content with the ruler. Like, do you think unless people actually slaughter their ruler that they are content with him?
Not at all.
So what makes you think that people were content with him?
And socially, he did overall, especially during the Great Depression, he did really well with him.
Yeah, but his people didn't like him.
So a lot of our people don't like Trump. He did some good things.
I fundamentally disagree with that. What do you think Trump's done that's good?
Well, let's see. He rose the unemployment rate.
He rose the unemployment rate. That
Full
means
crown.
rising the unemployment rate means more people are unemployed.
No, I said rising the employment rate.
Oh, employment rate? What did he do causally to cause that?
I really have. I mean, I'm looking more at charts than like what actually caused them to rise.
Yeah, do you think that was a result of anything that Trump did?
Most likely. And what bad things has he done that outweigh the good?
I think just the very nature of him being a capitalist is pretty bad. But like, even if I were to like reduce myself to some sort of liberal existence, I think like his very targeted fight against ISIS, and then and create for a new terrorist group. They have always opposed ISIS and the regime of Assad. Trump took advantage of the Kurds by basically taking claim for their fight against ISIS. The U.S.'s control of ISIS follows a pattern of arming the Kurds and then accidentally arming ISIS. So the U.S. did jack shit to destroy ISIS. It was
what did Trump do for America in itself?
What did Trump do that was bad in America? Well, I think
what was bad in America for us?
Do you not care about like the lives of people in other parts of the world? I mean, like. What made me like wonder, because like even if Italians did love Mussolini, the way he terrorized North Africa already makes him a despicable leader. But that's beyond the point. I feel like even if Trump infinitely bettered the lives of don't like any presidents. The office of name me one good Caesar.
One good what?
Caesar.
Caesar.
Yeah.
What is that?
Like leader of the Roman Empire.
Oh, leader of the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm getting at here?
My knowledge of the Roman Empire is short.
Well, the point is, there's no good president. There's no good president for the same reason there's no good Caesar.
No good president.
And the only reason it's good to be an American is the same reason it was good to be a Roman.
Kind of falls against many like Christian beliefs, in my opinion, because like it says, we're not perfect. Just because a president does a bad thing, that doesn't automatically outweigh the other good stuff he did.
So
also, we are pretty much destined to sin, whether how perfect we are.
When you sin, is it along the lines of lying or murder?
It's sin. Sin is sin.
Yeah, but
some is worse.
Are all sins the same?
No.
So when you as an individual,
we do it.
Yeah, but when you as an individual are just blasphemous and immoral by every single metric your whole life, why would I not judge you? And
well, that's because you haven't done anything good, have you? You haven't done anything good. Presidents have done.
I don't think. Wait. Let's say I haven't done anything good. I think the little good that a president may do is outweighed by what infinite like terror they bring to people.
But then again, little good. Then the bad outweighs the good. Then he's a bad president. I'm saying there are presidents who've done more good than bad.
Name them.
Huh?
Name them.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Abraham Lincoln. I think you might be able to make a case for the fact that Abraham Lincoln was like okay. I mean, his suspension of things like habeas corpus and shit like that, not too much of a fan of. But Theodore Roosevelt, most definitely not. He was an imperialist by like almost every metric. Resulted in a bunch of Panamanian deaths. the way he terrorized the Caribbean as well. American presidents, this is what I was trying to get at earlier. The only reason it's good to be an American is the reason it's good to be a Roman, because you don't fall victim to the empire. Every American president...
Then name me one good world leader throughout history. Name me one good one.
Christ.
I said world leader, I meant like country leader. He's a...
Well, I think Jesus is king, but nonetheless...
Yes, he's more of a... Yes, he's a prophet.
I don't think we should be... I think the position of world leader is so greedy and treacherous in its nature that you will be doomed to be immoral.
Then no leader of any country ever to exist was a good person.
Yes, there we go.
At all.
Yep.
So you're just going to ignore the advancements they made, any of the good things they did just because...
I feel like for everyone... So amassing that position of power already puts you in a position where it's evident that you are like very overly enthusiastic about having too much domination over anything, right? There's an American saying which is like the one fit for office the most is the one who wants it the least. If you proactively seek a position of power, there's already something morally reprehensible with you, especially at the stage of some sort of national level. Like, definitely there's bad intent with what you're doing. You're quite power hungry. I think that already makes you immoral in within itself. But the reality is that any country really will have the blood on its hands. And as a result of that, if you are executive of that country, then that blood is on your hands. Especially if you're relentless about it. Like Donald Trump, who Obama was like the CEO of drone strikes, but Donald Trump raised the drone striking rate by 432%. And this has resulted in a lot of civilian deaths, especially that of children, which I don't give a fuck if he has any effect on the economy. Me being worth $1,000 more does not excuse the death of young Yemeni kids.
All right. Once again, lost my train of thought. But I feel as if overall, throughout this time, you have studied just the negative in these people.
I do tend to find the negative in bad people.
But that's not really a good thing. You kind of, if you're going to judge something, you got to judge them on an even scale. You can't be biased towards the negative side. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad impression of every
So
thing.
in the Bible, it says what you judge someone by will be what you are judged by, right? So far, I'm chilling. I haven't drone striked any children. So I think my criticisms of U.S. presidents are completely fine.
Yeah, because George Washington totally drone strikes.
George Washington had teeth from slaves and was part of the Sons of Liberty, which literally tarred and feathered people because of a tax increase. So yeah, I think I'm fine when it comes to George Washington, especially someone who like excuses slavery in that manner. Like when I face the pearly gates and God is like, hey, you made fun of George Washington. I'm going to be like, remember the fact that he was a slave owner? And he's going to be like, yeah. I'm going to be like, God, how many slaves did I own? None. All right. We're chilling on that manner.
I'm just going to say this. It's a different time. Everyone had slaves.
You still have a responsibility
Doesn't excuse it.
You still have a responsibility to be moral. The same way that 2,000 years from now, people are going to look back and be like, holy shit, can you believe some people were capitalists? And then people are going to be like, well, it was a different time. Capitalism was the norm. And then people are just going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, there were people who recognized the wrong of it. So you have no excuse for not being the same.
I'm not saying that it's a good thing.
And by the way, the thinkers of the Revolutionary War for sure knew slavery was bad. Just look at Thomas Jefferson's works. He recognized the bad nature of slavery all the time and still owned slaves.
Wasn't he a good president?
Thomas Jefferson?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fan of killing natives, so no. I mean, wait. Do you think that... And I'm pretty sure he actually sexually abused one of his slaves. But beyond the point, do you think that someone who owns slaves and recognized that owning slaves is a bad thing is a good person? Like, what if I'm just at home and I beat the shit out of my kid? I'm like, oh yeah, I know that beating the shit out of my kid is bad. But I mean, at least I'm recognizing it. Can I have a statue now? Like, no, fuck off.
This is a statue because, well, He helped us from a more tyrannous system.
He has a
still
statue
helps us
because he
from
founded one.
tyranny.
He has a statue because he founded one of the most dangerous empires of all time, and like the people within the confines of the empire
You
don't
want to tear
even.
down a statue?
Of Thomas Jefferson?
Why?
Do you like slave owners? Do you think that they should be commemorated?
You should remember for the positive things they did and not just focus on the fact that they owned slaves. And why are we deleting history?
Can we have statues of Stalin?
Shouldn't we take the good from him and ignore?
Why don't we take the good from Hitler?
Huh?
Why don't we take the good from Hitler?
Because Hitler didn't do that much good that outweighed the bad.
So who is the judge of good versus bad?
Majority thing what people consider moral or immoral.
All right. So
Like,
what do you think? What do you
slavery
think?
is moral, but there's probably some sick fucker out there who thinks it's good.
Yeah, but I don't care about his opinion on a statue. So what do you think Thomas Jefferson did that was good?
Let's see. Helped us create a new government. Kept us away. He
All
wrote
right,
the
that's
Declaration.
already bad. The fact that he's helped created America, that's already
Would you rather
bad.
be under British rule, serving for a king?
I mean, let's think about that one. By now, I feel like the empire would have collapsed, but at the time, I think it was more just to be under British rule. And you know why? What was one of the reasons that colonists went to war?
I mean, because there was no representation in our taxes.
Because they couldn't conquer more native lands.
That wasn't our
Yes. That was one of the proclamations made by the British government. They said you can't go west of the Appalachian Mountains. They wanted to go out there and homestead. They literally wanted to go kill natives so that they could have more land. And they're like, hey, yo, Brits, why aren't you letting us do this? So that was a contributing factor to the Revolutionary War.
Probably a very small one.
I mean, so, like, that doesn't absolve it of anything
That goes
unethical.
directly against your beliefs. You're saying that you want someone above everyone. You have a literal king you want to serve for instead of having something that's at least better in some way.
By what metric is it better? I'm looking at it. We have the benefit of retrospection. The British Empire compared to the American colonies was far more moral of a system. Far more
We still
moral.
had slavery, mind you.
The Brits got rid of slavery way earlier. Fun fact about
Only 30 years earlier. That's not that good.
wait, real quick. Was slavery illegal in Georgia?
Illegal in Georgia?
Yes.
No.
Who made slavery illegal in Georgia?
Illegal in Georgia?
Yeah. The colonists.
Yeah.
Georgia was
Everyone owned slaves at that time, even the Brits. I don't know.
Georgia was a debt colony. So if slavery is one of your metrics for them being bad, not only did the Brits abolish slavery earlier, the colony. Wait. Let me finish this point. Not only did the Brits abolish slavery earlier, the colonists reverted the criminality of slavery. Slavery was illegal in the state of Georgia as a result of a declaration made by the homeland in Britain because it was a debt colony. They didn't want slaves in a debt colony. Georgians literally...
It's not a moral thing they did. They did it because it wasn't an economic strategy.
They did it because... Actually, it was done for a moral reason. They did it because if you can't... Wait. I can't let you just revise history. They did it because Georgia was a debt colony. This was a way for people to earn their freedom. If you came to Georgia, you would be working to earn your freedom for a crime you committed in the past. They didn't want people just sitting on their ass and letting slaves work for them because they considered that immoral. To try to absolve yourself of your debt and then not...
When the British abolished slavery?
Huh?
No, when the British abolished slavery?
1 second. One more time. One more time.
You know when the British abolished slavery? Only like 30 years before. 1833 they abolished it.
Okay, that's still before.
During the colonist time, they still had it.
So Britain abolished slavery before the
And they
colonies.
only did it for good, like, publicity. You realize that?
What do you think that... Wait. Why do you think slavery was abolished within the confines of the United States? First off, slavery isn't even abolished in the confines of the United States. But why do you think they had a half-ass measure to abolish slavery within the United States?
Because the South needed.
It wasn't done for a moral reason. It was done...
Neither were Britons.
Okay, wait. I'm just extending your critiques to the colonies. So the reality here is, okay, it wasn't done for moral reasons. That's not a critique because
I'm defending the colonists. No.
You're not defending the colonists? All right, great. So we both prefer Britain, right?
No.
So then you are defending the colonists. Why not just be honest about it?
I'd rather die. I'll rather die than serve a king.
What did Sons of Liberty do to loyalists?
Oh, they tarred and feathered. Why?
Yeah. Do you think that's fine? Like, just someone supporting their country, like they should be tarred and feathered?
What do you think we should do to the people who support capitalism?
What do you mean? Like, support? What is your definition of support?
I mean, like, they supported the system of the king, right? So when you make your socialist utopia, what are you going to do?
When I say support in that context, I'm not talking about like, oh, they're one of the ruling class. I'm just saying that they just preferred the British system of governance.
Exactly. So if you find like a capitalist and you already have your society.
So wait. If you're like a small business owner, fine. Like, that is supporting capitalism. I don't think you should be killed for that. And the only people I'm really concerned about is like the Elon Musk types. Those motherfuckers gotta go. But that's because they're actually like engaging in theft, like on the daily basis, to a ridiculous amount and putting people's lives.
That's basically the same thing. Because they're supporting an oppressive system, so you're going to punish them for it.
No, because I don't think they have agency in the matter. I think they're coerced to participating in the system, as opposed to an actual capitalist with like claims to the means of production. They're not being coerced. They're voluntarily deciding to enact the coercion.
And why do you think Britain is better?
Huh?
You know, George Washington didn't even want a presidency, and they made the system in such a way to where the president didn't have absolute power. That's why we have 3 different branches of government. Britain just had a king, and that's pretty much it.
What happened? So you don't think that there's been like, I don't know. I think American presidents are on par for the most part with kings if they have like branches of the government agreeing with them. So by the time of like the colonies separating from Britain, there was a parliamentary system already in the UK. You know that, right?
I already know they had a parliament, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, like, that's basically the same as our current system, dude. Like, we have this uber tyrannical executive who has a parliamentary system that agrees with him and doesn't contest him on most things and allows for him to do whatever the fuck he wants. That's pretty much in the same manner. And this is something that was realized early on. What did Andrew Jackson do early on in his presidency?
I know, the nullification crisis.
The Trail of Tears. You know how that started?
I thought you were talking about the nullification.
No. I'm talking about in the state of Georgia, the Cherokee people had kept trying to please white people by creating a language, creating a system of governance in hopes of not getting deported from their homeland, right? The Georgian government decides, fuck you, we're sending you guys west to Oklahoma. The Supreme Court says, no, that's not allowed. Andrew Jackson says to the Supreme Court, you made the rule.
I really hate Andrew Jackson.
You made the rule, now enforce it. This is only 20 years after the formation of this country. So you have effectively a king in power because he got his way. He literally went against the Supreme Court and got his way. Those people got deported out to Oklahoma. You have a king in power, but unlike the British king, he's causing for the death of more Native American people and more unethical actions because he's allowing states like Georgia to just bring up slavery after it was criminalized earlier.
Right. But then how about...
So yes, I would prefer the British system to the United States.
Why? Why do you want a king?
Wait. I just established that both...
What about Francis King? What about him?
France...
People chop their heads off? Yeah.
Huh?
Totally king works, dude.
The White House. Well...
Huh?
I can't say whatever I want about the president. That's just not true.
What do you mean?
Like, if I say some shit like, oh, someone should bomb the president. Like,
okay, that's something... I'm saying, like, if you say, like, fuck the president, then yeah...
You can say that in Britain right now, too, right?
If you say that in Britain, you get your head chopped off.
Right now, as of the current moment?
What do you mean?
Like, right now, if I say in Britain, oh, fuck the Queen, I'm going to get arrested?
No, I'm saying Britain back then.
Okay.
You're saying Britain back then is better than now, for some reason.
No, I'm saying Britain right now is better than the United States right now.
Britain right now. Things been like Britain back when they had a
king. And obviously, if like we're analyzing both through the realm of it being left to its natural history, so I would support a British system because it would eventually result in something better than the United States right now. The United States right now is the greatest outsourcer of terrorism.
Of terrorism?
Yes. You want to Google the definition of terrorism? The unlawful use...
Attacking people for religious reasons? That's what terrorism by the books.
No, terrorism is specific to political aims. Religion is actually like a very westernized interpretation of terrorism because it comes from a place of Islamophobia.
Why are you ignoring all of Britain's misdeeds just because you're biased towards them? I
What do
can
you
see
mean?
you're very biased.
Britain is very shit. Britain is very shit. But I'm just saying, at the time, Britain resulted in the death of less natives. Like British rule did result in the death of less natives and less people enslaved.
Over the time they colonized these tons of land
Yeah,
and killed
yeah,
thousands
dude,
of
they were a shit fucking system. But do you think that the United States is free of imperialism?
Well, no, but as
Yeah, you know what we did to the Philippines, what we did to Chile, what we did to Iran. Like, we're just as dangerous of an empire. Except at the time, colonists were calling for more unethical things. They wanted to bring slavery to Georgia. They wanted to, in the U.S., they wanted to open up. They wanted to go in and conquer areas like Nicaragua so that they could make them slave states, right? This was especially common during the time of Franklin Pierce and whatnot, right? So.
Okay, but the thing is, I'll be honest with you. Every country back then was shit. You can say that.
Yep, for sure.
And like, I don't know what you're trying to blame here. Most people just like pick a country and defend that. And
Yeah, that's why, like you said, what world leader do you like? I don't like any. Yeah, I agree. All countries at all point have been shit.
I still believe that's really like unfair.
I mean, it's just true.
You know, it has to be a good leader. A leader that's done nothing wrong is your definition of a good leader.
Let's even put it simpler. A leader who hasn't resulted in like the negation of people's rights or the death of people.
That's pretty much unobtainable. No one's perfect. It's unattainable.
Yeah, like no one's perfect. Mistakes being made is death of people to you. Why do we need a leader? That's the real question.
People are like that. That's all I can say. People are like that. And under your communist utopia, it will be the same.
I'm sure, yeah. Maybe we should give it a try so that you could rub it in my face.
No, I don't want to result in more deaths than now.
But wait, I mean, people make mistakes, right? Like, you don't have a problem with deaths when applying it to people in the past, right? I mean, like...
Yeah, but I don't want to increase it. That's the thing.
So you hate Trump as opposed to Obama, right?
You
hate Trump way more than... Trump. You hate... Your metric of bad is increasing deaths. You hate Trump way more than Obama, right?
I'm kind of neutral on both of them.
Because Trump increased drone strikes.
Because Trump has been so fucked by the media so much, and he's not even given a fair chance by anyone because everyone just doesn't give him a chance at all. Obama, he also wasn't really given that much of a chance to shine that much.
So, how does the media have any connection to drone strikes increasing 432% under the Trump administration? I feel like that's just him being a war hawk.
War hawk?
I mean, yeah, I think increasing drone strikes by 432% makes you a war hawk.
Who even gives that number for 430%?
I'll send it to you right now. I mean, you know wait. Actually, Trump got rid of this, but you know that the White House had to report drone strike casualties, right? Up until about a year ago. Like, they had to disclose the information. So these numbers come straight from the White House. It's just a juxtaposition of the data collected under the Obama years versus the Trump years.
All I'm trying to say is, like, I don't know what you want us to do about it, because we can't really do anything about it. Murder is going to happen.
I'm sure that's what the Yemeni kids who lose their brothers and sisters think as well. Why are we in the Middle East?
Huh?
Why are we in the Middle East?
I mean...
Why are we in the Middle East? Why is the United States of America in the Middle East? Why do we have drone strike presence in Yemen?
I'll be honest, I have a whole different other story, which there's so much, it's so intricate, the whole Middle Eastern conflicts with the U.S., it's so intricate. It'll like take hours to like explain it all, but we've just been very hostile with them over the past few years.
Yeah, so it's our own fault. Like, it's not just, it's something that Saddam Hussein, with Reagan's money, goes into Kuwait. Then George H.W. Bush goes into Saudi Arabia, puts a reservoir of troops there for Operation Desert Storm. Then Osama bin Laden takes this as a symbol of war, because in Islam, if war is waged against you, you can wage war back. And Osama bin Laden views American troops entering the Holy Land as an act of war. So we're fighting against...
We're not causing any harm yet, and he started it.
Wait, we are causing harm. Like, the Iran-Iraq war resulted in the death of millions of people, and the proxy war that came as a result of the Afghan war caused the deaths of many, many people as well. Obviously not nearly on the scale of the Iran-Iraq war, but nonetheless. So Reagan gave money to the Iraqis, which Reagan is fighting, or Reagan's successor is fighting now. And then Osama bin Laden, who Reagan gave money to, is now waging war against the United States because we keep getting into shit that we shouldn't be getting into. And then after we destabilize Iraq in 2005, after an invasion, what happens is we breed ISIS. ISIS is founded in 1999 as a small terrorist group, eventually develops power after we withdraw from Iraq too fast, leave a military vacuum, which causes for the radicalization of many unemployed Iraqi soldiers, and then extrapolation of terrorism to the United States.
If you were in a position, what would you do about the Middle East?
Well, one, I wouldn't have ever fucking gave money to fight communists.
No, I mean, like right now.
Right now? I would be more gracious towards the Kurds. I would probably recognize them as an official country, and then withdraw from the Middle East. Withdraw from the Middle East, stop selling arms to the Saudis. The reason we cause so many problems is because profit is so instrumental to the United States that we literally just sell to create our own problems. We sell arms to the Saudis, who then create proxy wars that we end up fighting for them.
Well, I know all that. I know the whole selling weapons thing.
I mean, we do sell weapons to the Saudis. This is used to terrorize Yemen.
But the thing about patriotism is that I have, despite all these faults, all these flaws...
Patriotism is what allowed for the power dynamic that caused the Holocaust.
And what do you expect them to do? They were in such horrible state.
Just not be
They were
patriots.
desperate. People get desperate.
Just not be patriots. I mean, Hitler's a piece of shit for deceiving the people originally, but at a certain point, you develop agency. You do develop agency. You have to recognize, oh, my patriotism is blinded. Especially when the intellectuals in your society leave the country. And these people were not ignorant to what was going on. It's not like one day a genocide just happened. These people were standing idle by as they watched transgressions towards Jewish people get infinitely worse. It started with just segregating them from businesses and starting a propaganda war of a Judeo-Bolshevik conspiracy in the USSR. And then eventually went up to riots, burning down Jewish communities. It was seen from a mile away when you saw people going into ghettos. At that point, was it still fair to be patriotic?
German agreed with it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but your patriotism means that you are indifferent to what is immoral.
I don't agree with it. I still love my country.
Why would you love a country that is doing something so unethical?
Because it's still my country.
Why does that matter?
Does something bad, he's still your son. You still love him.
You love your son if he is a serial rapist.
You still love your son, but you don't agree with his actions.
No, dude. There are points where
you
you
hate your son.
You just disown your son at some point. Yes, if my son is a serial rapist, he is no longer my son.
No longer your son.
Yep, that's not my
You
son.
hate his actions, but you would hate him forever.
Yes, because that obviously shows that you are an unethical human being, and I have no regard. What comes before love for a person is love for what is right and wrong. If my son is an SS officer, I'm not loving my son. He's doing something unethical. He's going against the words of God, and he's betraying me for betraying my morals. At a certain point, you do disown your son. That's even in the Bible.
You also learn that forgiveness is also a very powerful thing.
Yeah, but I consider some sins unforgivable, as does Christ in the Lord. Like, constant blasphemy is unforgivable.
Because he died so he can forgive us despite all we've done.
Yeah,
After all
but there are still things that...
He still forgave us.
And then also, I'm not Jesus Christ. It is not my responsibility to be the forgiving in that situation.
You're supposed to follow his teachings, although.
Yes. But part of his teachings are literally, you disown someone for X action. Like in the Bible, there are certain parts where it's like certain behavior is deserving of disowning.
Then why did he forgive us?
Okay, dude. because there's a differentiation between mortal beings and the Lord, because the Lord is all gracious. We are not in that manner, and we have an obligation to do what is objectively ethical, and while we're on this realm of existence, punish people for doing what is objectively unethical. So as a result of that, if my son is a serial rapist, I'm not gonna fucking be buddy with him. He's no longer.
What do you want? You expect me to be ungrateful for what for everything I have? Like, I don't understand.
It's not being ungrateful. It's just looking in the mirror and being like, "Hey, this."
I recognize what we've done. I don't agree with it at all.
So stop supporting the country.
I can still hold up
because your support of the country perpetuates its actions. If you didn't support the country wouldn't be a problem anymore.
So if I hold up an American flag, you'll be offended if I hold up an American flag and said I love my country.
I mean, like, I personally wouldn't be offended. I just like look at it and be like, "Wow, what a dumbass." And then that would just.
So you saw a British person with their flag, you would still call him a dumbass?
Yeah, British people with their flag. Yes, they're fucking dumb. Like, why are you being patriotic? Your country is also responsible for exploitation of the global South and arming
savages. I am not responsible for that.
Yes, you are Yes, you are because you're giving your unwavering support to the country.
I'm not giving unwavering support.
When does your support stop?
What do you mean? When does it stop?
You said you support your country. When does your support stop?
What do you mean?
What action does the country have to take for your support to stop?
What do you mean?
What action does the country have to take for you to no longer be a patriot?
I don't know. Maybe start genociding our own people, like Stalin.
Your own people. That's the only metric you care about.
Not really. That's not what I care about. I'm just saying.
That is, I consider that unwavering support.
Unwavering support.
Yeah, definitionally.
Why can't I be patriotic towards my country?
Because our country's immoral.
Every country's immoral.
Yes, perfect. All right, we're great. On the same page. Patriotism is a disease. That's what I said from the very beginning.
No, but I'm still really grateful for everything it's given me. If it weren't for this country, I would be, let's see, living in a fucking Mexican slum.
Not true. But if it weren't for this country...
I mean, not true.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
What do you mean? Because they literally immigrated over here, and my parents were luckily.
Oh, well, I thought you were earlier you said something about Venezuela, so I thought you were just like being xenophobe.
No, I said they not from, they live.
Okay. So if it weren't for this,
that's from my mom's side.
If it weren't for this country, I can just flip that coin automatically. If it weren't for this country, you said you'd be in a slum. If it weren't for this country, there would be 5,000 more innocent Yemeni children alive.
I don't support that at all.
So don't support the country. Because as long as you're a patriot, you are enabling this action.
I'm supposed to hate this country.
You're supposed to not like it, yeah. You're supposed to be like, wow, what the fuck? Why?
Disrespectful to the thousands that have died for.
I actually think it's more respectable to look at this country and be like, yo, fuck you for betraying the people within it. Like I think it's more respectable to be like, wow, America literally caused a war in Iraq for no reason. And not only did they kill Iraqi civilians, but they also sent a bunch of young people within the confines of this country to die for oil and then pretend that it was some sort of brave act that they weren't coerced into and make people rally around a flag and make people rally around a flag to pretend that wasn't the case. I think it's more respectable to be like, hey, that was a fucking disgusting thing to do. This country does not have my support for sending young men to die for no reason other than profit. So I mean, I think you're the one disrespecting people, if anything. I think it's more disrespectful to wave the flag of a country that.
Then why do so many veterans still love this country, even the ones with their arms and legs cut off?
Because a lot of veterans have been deluded by American propaganda. The same way that a lot of Nazis.
Shouldn't they feel proud that they were able to serve their own nation?
Yes, a lot of Nazis were reminiscent about the Second World War and felt proud that they served the German race afterwards. That doesn't mean
a major difference. You can't compare our troops to the Nazis. I'm sorry, you can't.
Our interests are still unethical. Like, our actions are still unethical. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm getting.
You can't compare us to the Nazis, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, I mean, it's analogous. It's directly analogous. Like, I mean, I know there's a lot of emotion around the subject. It is directly analogous.
What do you consider the right thing? You expect a country to run on its own without having to fight for it? Like,
dude, you keep begging the question. I don't want a country. It's that simple. I just don't want a country. I just want communism.
What do you want?
I want to live life the way the apostles did. We're back to ground zero. This is
That was a long time ago. Times have changed.
Yes, and we can't even figure out why this is this analogous. If in the 30s,
didn't they live under the oppression of the Roman Empire?
If in the 30s it was possible to do it, why is it impossible now? What is holding us back now?
First of all, that was the 30s. Like I said, times changed.
Yes, what has changed so monumental, antithetical to the interests of communes that stops it? Give me a thing. One thing.
And how exactly did the apostles live?
The apostles lived in communes.
I mean, how explain more deeply?
So communes are like areas of like shared living where there's not any sort of like exchange value or any commodities. Like very, very, I suppose, communalist in their nature. That's why.
How do you expect millions and millions of people in a large area to work like that? That was like a small commune, like you said.
There's more. There'll be more than one commune.
Yes, but they're separate, aren't they?
Yeah. Wait. Do you know what a worker co-op is?
Yes.
Those are like pretty reflective of what a commune would be like. They are more successful than capitalist means of production right now in capitalist economies. Worker co-ops are more resilient to price shocks. They're more resilient to recessions. And they do better in their first 5 years, where it's more like the most vulnerable for a business to start.
How is this going to work for millions of people to adapt to this? How?
The same way it's been working thus far. Like that's not a critique. Like unless there's actually some sort of variable that you could prove that would have this data not be allowed to be extrapolated holistically, then that's not a point.
I don't want to sound rude, but I think you're kind of really looking at this realistically in today's world. You can't live like this.
We have worker co-ops right now. We have big worker co-ops. They work fine. This is infinitely better for an economy. Like yes, we can do this, and it would actually be better for us to do it. Just look into worker co-ops.
Where has it worked? Like in a small town, it could work.
No. Wait. This works like on the global scale. I'll give you examples of. I'm trying to remember this one. It's like literally a rival to Kellogg's. You know Kellogg's, the company?
Yeah.
There's one Spanish worker co-op that's literally like rivaling Kellogg's in its production capabilities. Like worker co-ops are so much more successful. Here's an article on worker co-ops. But 1 second. I don't know if this conversation is going to go anywhere else, so I'm just going to send you this article. I hope you look into it. Look into Richard Wolff on YouTube, worker co-ops. Read just the first chapter of Capital, and read the Bible, specifically James and Matthew.
Read I'm sorry. Read Marxist.
I mean, it'll make like your life infinitely.
No, I'm asking if you're a Marxist.
I'm what we call a Christian communist. So I subscribe to Marxian economics, sure.
Well, let me tell you this last thing. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well.
You take care.
You too. Have a good one. Like he was arguing in good faith, so I was trying to be bearable with him because I feel like after long enough I could get through. The problem is there's so much propaganda in people that it's hard for them to face this. Like, he's not being a bad faith actor, guys. Like, he's genuinely hearing everything out, whatever. So, all right, I'm going to end the live.